What is up, PML? It's your boy Vegas 22 coming back with the homie Slick Butter.
What up, y'all? We're back for another PR.
All right. We are back. We promise you once a week. We are back live doing it, representing the PML. Remember, go on and give us a like. Go ahead and give us a subscribe. Give us some love. Today, we have actually brought in some special guests with us. First, I want to say Mr. Lynchy Poo. Lynchy, you with us?
Did you miss me, PML?
Oh my, look at the sexy little voice. But there is only one voice that is sweeter. He goes by the Vizzy. Vizzy, talk to me.
Around and always, man. I always have the voice that sets Lynch off the right way.
He's gonna pick me up in that heli, and we going on a Valentine's Day, baby.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, all right. Well, reminder, folks, we are here and only here because of one. Put your fingers up. That is the one and only Kim Jong Cody. Thank you so much for all you do, sir. We appreciate it. Please let us stay. That being said, guys, we are here once again to talk about the PML Power Rankings. Right, so we definitely had some movement. We had a little bit of time in between the end of season 3 with the banner raising up in New York, the blue side of New York, not the green, and then we came back in week 8. We came back in week 8 to a lot of movement, some new owners, which we talked a little bit about last week. Again, there'll be a little bit of movement this week with them. And we actually have another team unfortunately leaving. For those of you that don't know, our main man Echo has unfortunately decided to step away, but we do wish him the best of luck in his postseason. Hopefully it is a true run and not like that of many of our sports teams, which either don't get there or last one game. So best of luck to you, Echo. We look forward to you coming back. Jump on that wait list. And we'll get you back soon enough. That being said, guys, we are going to dive right in, and we're going to talk a little bit about where we were at last week. And I'm going to pull the screen up now for my homies. Let's change the windows. Let's get it to the people. Right, there we go. And so, this is kind of where we landed last week. We had some moving parts. We actually had some big games this last week. I think the Giants took 2 L's in the process. I think the Titans took an L. The Falcons took an L. I don't even know if the Browns are winning anymore. Echoes left. What the fuck is going on in the PML? Who knows? We got no clue. So what we've actually decided to do today is we've decided to bring in some help. Because clearly Slick and I don't know what the hell we're talking about, and we needed some support from the people, and who better than the man of the people, the lawyer of the PML, than Lynch, right?
Yeah.
So Lynch,
yeah.
I know you've really been watching us from the side and things like that. Typically the way we're going to do this is we're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to work our way up. And when you start at the bottom of the PML, we look none other than Vizzy's DNA, which is his father, Ja Reggae Boys. Vizzy, I just want to make sure you have no contentions or any issues if any of us say that Ja is not number 32. Am I correct, guys? Are we in unanimous vote here?
He's not 32? Who's 32?
32 ranked? Is there anybody?
Oh, yeah.
He's asking if you have any disputes, but I think 32 and 31 are staying put.
Okay, all right. Now,
I was gonna put John like top 16. But if we gotta keep him there, I guess we'll keep him
if he
there.
got to call plays for you, you'd actually might start winning some more games again. But unfortunately,
I'll trade spots with Ja.
All right. So that being said, right? So let's not forget we are in season 4. There was a Kim Jong Cody mandate that basically stated everybody must participate in some type of media. There were some whispers of Vizzy making a special road trip. I know they got vacation coming up. Vizzy, are we going to be able to get Ja on a pod, a special pod, a bio?
It's not that kind of trip, brother. I'm going for a funeral.
Oh, well, sorry to hear that.
No,
Sorry for your loss.
No, you're good. But yeah, no, his other trip, it's just his birthday is next week. So he will be also leaving for that following week once we come back.
Understood. So Ja's got a birthday. What's Ja pushing these days? Is he the old man in the league? I'm sure he is, right?
Pushing a strong 50. It could be 54.
54. Hey, he's almost old as CU. That's good.
No, they were in the war together.
They were in the war together. Was that the first or the second big one? I don't know, man. They're up there,
Probably
right?
both.
Probably both. All right. So we basically typically always start at the bottom. Slick, I just want to confirm you do got the game open. You got some information for us as we're going to be able to kind of plow through this.
Yes, sir.
All right. We love to hear it. All right. So 32, Ja. Perfect, right? Okay, we had Dallas 31 last week. I don't believe Dallas has won a game yet this season. Lynch, anybody contentions? Dallas 31?
No, I mean they're both
winless.
0-11.
Yeah.
Okay. T-Tram, I think at this point is tanking again. And I say that maybe not deliberately, but he's just I think he had one decent season, but just kind of been down in the gutter for a little while. Has T-Tram pulled off a dub yet this season?
He's got one, and I think he had one last week, if I'm not mistaken. Like
is
last
it
week when
Ja?
we did our PR. Is it Ja?
I'm just trying to make sense of it here.
It is Ja.
There we go. Okay. All right. So it's all coming to fruition here of what we predicted. Now, we did have a new owner with the Steelers, at number 29. The Steelers, I want to say, has played a couple games this last week. Have the Steelers pulled off a dub in either of their first games?
He has 2 wins, and he played Carter last night, and I don't remember seeing that score before Vance. And he took an L to Carter and an L to Doggy Bone. He's 0-2 so far.
Okay. All right. And then Lundo, who has not won any games, if I remember correctly. Wisco. Wisco got a fair sim win that was a little bit talked about. Just lack of communication, a few other things there. But Wisco got a fair sim win. Broncos, any wins for Vizzy? Vizzy, have you won a game lately?
I'm coming fresh off a bye week, so my last win was against Cody.
Cody, who actually has pulled off some wins. So that was one win there. Sorcery still. I mean, I'm just sitting here looking at the bottom 8. Guys, Slick, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, is there any movement necessary?
Wisco beat the Bears in Legacy.
Oh.
And then I'm going to go look up at Detroit, what's been happening in Detroit. We got Detroit took 2 L's, Cannoli and Mel, since our last pod, and now he took the win against Wisco. So I think you got to keep Wisco below Sorcery.
Okay. Kobe, I think, has 5 wins. Jags continues to win. Ron, I think, is 5-5. Skulls pulled off a big dub. Jake's kind of middle of the pack. Swanky has played 2 tough games. I don't know if he's won one yet, but I know he actually played Joe pretty close this last week. I think Breakneck, correct me if I'm wrong, did Breakneck just beat CU?
I believe so.
Right. And I know he played me tight. It actually took a 2-minute, basically a 4-minute drive to end that game there. So, I mean,
I think Vizzy down a slot, Seahawks 26, and I think that finishes that first row,
yeah,
and then
so
we can move into.
not a lot of movement with the bums of the league. Okay, got it. Just want to make sure we're on the same
Wow,
page here.
Vizzy, shots fired.
Well, I mean, listen, that guy plays me tougher than anyone. If he played everyone like he plays me, he'd be top fucking 5 in the league. I don't get it, Vizzy.
Yeah, I was just about to say I don't actually remember the last time on my agenda that Vegas has beat me. So
Wow.
it's crazy. The bum in the league, right?
But that's how it looks.
I told you every year, bro. Every year, I'm always rooting for you. Like I know you got the talent.
I don't get it. Like there's dudes on this list that give me fucking fits every week.
I will honestly say Lynch is right because with how Madden plays itself, I try to make things interesting because when I honestly just get tired of shit, I just start playing. And that's not saying I just start playing to where I just don't give a fuck. I just start playing to where I just don't really think things through. Like if I play somebody that of top tier caliber, I think everything through. And then
we don't
like
play
if I'm
for
playing,
fun, man. We play to win.
yeah, like if I'm playing if I'm playing and just animations are just going to shit or whatever like that, it's just whatever at that point. So I'm just, I'm trying to still win the game, but I'm not trying to fight the system or do anything extra to
Hey,
fight the
you
system.
don't
It
want to
kind of
fight in the
screws me
streets
over.
like certain people out there on TV and start fighting everything. I mean, I don't know, man. It just seems a little funny. But all right. So let's move on, right? So the second quad down
To
here.
correct our mishap, the Jets just beat the Patriots this last week.
Oh, so they did
So
beat the Patriots. Okay, good.
yeah.
All right, so
So actually, the Texans only have 4 wins, and since it's a new user, I think we should go to our usual and maybe stick him at 24.
yeah, and this is not going to be updated. So I want to say it's Key Mitch is the new owner of the Texans. It'll be updated for next pod, as that was breaking news this morning, last night. So the graphic has not been updated yet. So we're going to move the Texans out to the side. Patriots 4 wins, 5 wins. Can we look
4.
at 3-win teams? Let's look at 3-win teams.
There's only 2, and it's Lions and Broncos.
Lions and Broncos, and they're on number 25. Or they're 25, 26. Okay, so then 4. So we got a big cluster mess, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
4-win teams. So we got Patriots, Jags, Eagles.
Texans, Eagles, Jags, and Seahawks. So we got a debate between Eagles, Patriots, and Jaguars for these next couple spots. Well, and Texans.
All right, so let's put some respect on my man Breakneck, right? Let's do what we should do, which is we're gonna put the Texans at the bottom of the pool, as we've consistently done with new users, right? We've remained pretty consistent with that. So put Texans down there.
I think we could. I was just looking at scheduling ahead of time. We could flip Kobe and Cody, the Saints and the Jags, because Kobe recently beat the Jaguars and the Cowboys, and the Jags only win since our last PR was the Bills.
Well, did we not have Joe's win in there? Pretty sure we had Joe. I think we had him. He beat Joe.
Oh yeah, I guess it's a pretty heavy win, but I thought that was as we were doing our last pod, if I was not mistaken.
Maybe. Who knows? We'll figure it out. So we're thinking Texans, Patriots. I kind of want to move the Dolphins down, give a little motivation to my brother from another mother, Mr. Ronald 26.
I like this.
I mean, Deuce Deuce is a great number. I think that's a good spot for him. Skulls pulled off a great win. He's beaten now Tiger. He's beaten myself. I want to say he also beat Joe in the beginning of the year, if I remember correctly. So he's got really good wins, but he only has 4 of them. But clearly, when he's been motivated, doing a pretty good job. You said Kobe, right? Kobe beat Cody.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe pop Skulls out and then put Kobe there.
Well, so then the question is, do we want to put who's going to move to the top half, right? So Swanky hasn't won a game yet. Jake, I think, is just trying to find the power to load up and play the game. Doggy Bone? Did Doggy Bone have any wins this last week?
I'm just looking at if any of them had more wins than the other. Like they're sitting at 5. Wow.
And Lynch, have you played any of these guys between Jake, the Raiders, Cody?
I played Jake twice.
Okay.
I beat him both times by a touchdown. But I just want to pivot really quick. What the fuck happened to Doggy Bone? This dude was crushing last season. Silent in the chat. I don't know jack shit about him. Now he's back to the middle bunch. Come on. What are we doing?
I think we talked about it a little bit last year. So, like, if I remember right, he had maybe the softest schedule we've ever seen in PML history. If I remember
was it
correctly,
really that bad?
If I remember correctly, he played the NFC West, right? So we already know that's dog shit, right? He turned around.
As
he was
always.
in the AFC West, where I think at that time Strawberry was selling more cards than he was playing any Madden or doing anything else, and his girlfriend had him by the nuts, right?
Oh, relax. He lost. I want to say like most of his division games because he didn't. He beat everybody else outside of us.
But he he didn't play anyone else. Like there was it was literally and he played. I want to say he also had the last place schedule, so he got to play the Lundos. At the time, it was the BTG. Actually, it may have been Cody, right? So not to put any disrespect on BTG, but Cody at the bottom of the barrel. the Dallas Cowboys of the world, the San Francisco. I think that had a lot to do with it, and it definitely can change some things along the way. But
All I
True
need
one
is
season wonder.
the Eagles took out the Giants, but the Raiders took out Joe. Which one of those wins has more merit than the other to get off
the
that
Eagles
second
already
slide?
beat Joe.
No, that was actually last season.
Okay, the Eagles
Fact
I
check.
know beat Tiger, beat Vegas.
Yeah. Yep.
And who's his other 2 wins?
The Eagles, you're saying?
Yeah.
His wins are heavier than the Raiders, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's got 49ers, Commanders, Dolphins, Giants.
And Ron, right? Okay. So the Panthers still haven't won a game. We still got Kobe down here. I don't want to get too crazy with Kobe, right? Like I think that's probably a good spot for Kobe, right?
You're
in this
gonna leave
range.
Skulls there?
Uh,
Should we
I
put
mean,
Panthers at 20? There we go.
and
I
bring
like that
Jake
more.
up, and bring Jake up, and then bring Skulls there, and drop Kobe behind it.
Yeah.
So,
What do
so
you
does
guys
that
think of
mean?
that?
So does that mean we're
Vizzy,
moving the Raiders up to the top 16?
I'm cool with it.
I think you can swap it and bring Skulls up because I think his wins are heavier, and you could put Raiders at 18. That's just my thought. But
Skulls or Jake? Who wins that game straight up?
Ugh.
Jake, yeah, probably.
All right, let's do it that way then. I think Jake would be the favorite, right? And then it just comes down to anything else that may happen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm okay with this.
All right.
I'm okay with that. I'll reorganize it here in a minute. Okay. So then we probably already know then that Jake is 16, right? So Legacy took an L. Its 4K
now
is
we
all over
got
the damn place. Like I can't figure out that dude for nothing. He took a bad loss and then he turned around and he beat Tiger behind that loss in pretty dominating fashion.
the only other 5-win teams we have left are Legacy and Ron.
Well, Ron, listen, I am personally putting Ron at 22. That is my veto power this week. Until he starts winning any games of substance that are not against CU, who he seems to be like CU's daddy, just every time I watch him play, I need him to show us more. Right? I know he's got 5 wins, but like I need more out of you, Ron. I need you, baby. When you are good and you are laying belt to ass, Ron, the league is better for it. So please prove me wrong. Make a step up.
So I would move Bears at 15 then, just based on wins.
All right.
And that leaves us into our 6-win teams. We got the Buccaneers, the Ravens, and the Giants. Buccaneers can't figure that guy out either. That just amazes me.
So that's
Carter's
five.
taking
So
a
hold on a second.
few.
That's 6 win teams. Talk to me about 7 win teams as well, just while we're talking about it. You
Okay.
got Packers, Cardinals.
There's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm just. So I want to talk a little about because we get a little focused on dubs and sometimes it has to do with wins and talks about quality of wins and also bye weeks and things like that.
Chiefs, Chargers, Vikings, Packers, Commanders, Cardinals, Jets, and Panthers.
Okay, so Panthers we've already moved way down, right? Which brings somebody up. So between let's just look at this group of players, right? This next tier of players. We got Legacy, CU, Carter, Nos, It's 4K, Mel. Those 6, I believe, are the next tier of players. You want to put Vegas? You can put the Giants in there if you want. I think the Giants are kind of on the next tier, but either way, because they only have 6 wins, but I think they've already had their bye week, right? So of that group, so Eric, Legacy, CU, Carter, It's 4K, Nos, Mel, right?
Yep.
How would you rank them?
Vizzy, Lynch, you want to chime in?
I'm just thinking of CU because I don't like him. He annoys me when I play him. 4KT, I think he can be down. And Legacy, what's Legacy's record?
6-4.
I think we're
6 and
going
4.
above Legacy, or I don't know.
I think
I could
Legacy
roll.
is probably 15. I think that so
Yeah, I
basically
think
what
he's staying.
what we're basically looking at is the 8 through 14 realm, right? So Cannoli's been pretty consistent, right? I'm okay with putting Cannoli on the top level, right? And where you get kind of tricky is the Bucks beat the Giants, the Bucks beat the Commanders, right? I want to
Yeah.
say 2 of his losses are against the Falcons,
Yes, sir.
right? So that's what makes the Bucks a little tough, right? The Giants have beaten the Chargers top 6, beaten the Commanders top 7, but also lost to the Commanders top 7. Um, Lost to Splash Week 1 number 1, but also then lost to the Eagles, who have already proven that they can win some big games, and lost to the Bucks. So the Giants Bucks kind of argument probably be close together. Like, to me, of this group here, the best player of that group, to me personally, is the Bucks.
Really? I was
It's
going to
just
say
his gameplay style. Like,
due to strength of schedule for the Cardinals, or lack of heavy wins for the Ravens, I think those are the conversation as far as 14-13.
so you got to take into account Mel has a fair sim loss, right? So that's kind of tough on him, and he lost to somebody that he's basically split with. So okay, but who has the Cardinals beaten?
Ja, Legacy, the
Just start off
Packers,
with Ja.
Steelers, Ja again, T-Tram, and Sorcery.
Okay, so he's got 5 wins from 25 to 32.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Sorry, Mel,
so
you going down, bud.
right. Okay, so and he beat Legacy. Am I correct?
Yeah,
All right. So based on that, okay.
he beat him
Now,
very handily, though.
now I hear you, but he's above Legacy, right? Okay. Talk to me about Carter, and talk to me about Grimm, because he
Um,
did beat Grimm, right? He beat the Packers, so
yeah,
he may need to go up. So talk to me about Packers wins first.
Packers' heaviest win is Wisco or Legacy.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Who else has the Packers
No,
beaten?
Packers got Legacy, Broncos, Ja, Doggy Bone, Wisco, and T-Tram, and Sorcery.
Yep. And the Cardinals beat the Packers, right?
Yep, I like that, how that's shaking out.
I think that makes the most sense.
Carter, like I said, Carter's I always struggle with Carter. Carter's a solid player. But his wins are Jake, T-Tram, Rye Bread, Doggy Bone, Ja, and the new Steelers user. So he doesn't really have a
So he's down there
crazy.
as well. Okay.
He
All
doesn't
right.
have a crazy win
All
either.
right. So then, but then now, okay. So we've kind of left Eric over here to the side, and Eric just keeps growing because we haven't talked about him, right? Like the myth of the strawberry continues to grow and flourish in the forest. So talk to me a little about the garden that is Eric Strawberry.
He's got a win against. He started his season off with a loss to the divisional opponent, Doggy Bone. Won against the Lions. Took 2 L's to the Bears and the Browns. And then he's been on a tear, winning since week 5, beating the Bills, the Bengals, myself, the Broncos, Skulls, the Eagles, and recently beat Big Time Garcia. So he is the man,
Yeah.
the myth, the
So
legend.
that big time Garcia win probably allows us to place him at 11, but he really doesn't have much else other than his win over you, and he did smack you around for most of that game, and you really couldn't do much other than just get picked apart by Patrick Mahomes, if I remember correctly, and his guys were just open consistently. Do you have any feedback regarding that experience?
No, that's basically how it went.
Pretty fair.
No
He
matter
doesn't
what
want
I
to
was
talk about it.
Okay. All right. So
no, and I will take a
Regardless.
moment. I will take a moment to give Strawberry some glaze here.
Yeah, a moment of silence.
Every play I was either getting torched, and then the one play I put it in the top 10. He threw a ball. I thought I had him picked off, and his guy just Randy mossed me. Xavier Worthy all of a sudden was 6'7", and just mossed me, and that was a very defeating part of that game for me.
but sir, did he swerve catch that or weave catch that? Because then that would be
That was,
unallowed, sir.
that was clean. That was
Oh,
clean.
okay. I just want to be sure we were on the same page because don't want any false accusations out there. All right. So what I'm noticing really quickly, right, guys, is that we've got some records that don't necessarily match our feelings. Would you agree with that? Like, and what I mean by that is, I kind of look up and I say, has so CU beat the Patriots, right? And they were 14 last week. They beat the Patriots. Who else did the Jets beat this last week?
That is a great question.
Because I'm just looking at it now. Basically, we have 9, 10, 8, 9, 10. Like, they're going to go up in some capacity, but have they.
Oh, he beat me in a fair sim, and then he beat the Eagles and the Patriots.
Okay. So he got a fair
But I
win. Okay.
had my
So,
backup QB in that fair sim.
all right. So in that case, right, I would say probably the Bucks 9, the Jets move up 4 spots to 10.
Based on fair sim, yeah.
Just
Probably.
based on the fact he didn't lose any games, right? Like, and he was already 14 based on some of the other vertical. I'm just kind of cleaning this up a little bit here, boys. Just based on some of the other things, it feels, about right. Okay. So the Giants lost to the Commies and lost to the Eagles. 2 losses, they fall down 3 spots. Right? They did lose to the Bucks, so maybe I am okay with this.
Wow.
We could bring the Giants a little bit lower. I'm thinking like 23, 24.
If you can make a good argument, sir, let me hear it.
Seniority.
Seniority, got it. Well, at this point, there's not going to be many more that are senior. And the reason I'm going to put that there with the Bucks is the Bucks do have the head-to-head victory, and because they're right next to each other, I feel like it's only valid at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like
I think that's a fair exchange.
I could see the two New York teams switching, though.
Do you want to write the graphic or? Okay, just want to be sure. Sorry. Sometimes I just can't resist. That being said, so we got the Bucks at 8 now. This is where it gets interesting, right? So let's talk about cannoli. The Commanders lost to the Bucks. The Chargers lost to the Giants. Cannoli. Let's talk about cannoli first. Does cannoli have any L's to anybody in column 1?
Me.
So you beat cannoli, right? But you're his only hard L. Like, does he have any bad losses? Hello?
I'm just thinking about Jeopardy music as we wait.
I'm just sitting here, like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I here?
I hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Cannoli has losses against Splash, Vizzy, and me.
Oh.
And then his schedule since the last PR was a W against Sorcery, an L to me, and then a W against Mel.
Okay. So based on that, I'm not gonna lie to you. His one of his L's, he has probably the worst loss of anybody in the top 10. Would you agree?
Probably.
Nobody else on
Without
the
even-
first column has lost to the right side, have they? No one.
Since Vance or in general?
Just in general.
I lost to Eric.
Yeah, but Eric's number 11. I'm talking about any losses 25 through 32.
Lynch, who's your loss?
Joe. We don't like to talk about it.
Probably the. Wow, the Titans are clean too.
Yeah. So let's go this route. Hey, Lynch, I want you to rank the top 5. Just give me the top 5 based on what you see on the left side of your screen here. What do you think, Lynch?
Who just splashed loose to?
He just lost to Joe in week 11.
I mean, Lynch number
Joe
one
has got a
baby.
W for everybody in the top 3.
But I'm pretty sure Joe has 3 L's, doesn't he?
He does.
He does, which is weird. I think it's gonna 1 and 2 stay the same. Joe moves up to 3, Garcia 4, and I don't know about 5.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Vizzy, any opinions 1 through 4?
No, no, I actually agree with Lynch.
So Falcons, Browns, Colts, Titans.
Yeah.
All right. Slick.
I like that, and I'll let you 3 be the deciding vote who goes 5,
All
whether
right.
it's
So
me,
just
Commander
to make
Bucks.
sure we're on the same page, the Titans still only have 2 losses, though, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm okay with it. So the Colts move up a spot based on the victory, even though they still are essentially behind the Titans in the division. Based on their strength of victory, I'm good with it. Okay. I'm good with 1 through 4, right? Now, let's go ahead. Let's have the debate because these 4 teams are a clusterfuck that we have right here. And what do I mean by that, right? They've all beaten each other. So, Slick, of the next group of 3, do you have any wins over the Commies, the Bucks, or the Giants?
I've only played the Giants, and I lost.
Okay. The Commanders have split with the Giants, lost to the Bucks, so they're 1 and 2. The Giants are 2 and 2, so the Giants have actually played all 3 of these teams with the Commies twice. They lost once to the Commies, beat the Commies, lost to the Bucks, beat the Chargers. And then talk to me about the Bucks. I don't know who the Bucks have. So I think the Bucks are 2 and 0 in games. Is that accurate? Of these 4 teams, they beat the Giants, they beat the Commies.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the Bucks first to see if there's a way the Bucks, because they hold the head-to-head. Is there a way for the Bucks, even though they have 1 less win, to be above all of these teams? So who has the Bucks lost to? They lost to the Falcons twice, if I remember correctly.
The Titans and Echo.
Okay, so he lost to a focused Echo, who was not number 24 at the time. He lost to the number 4 team, and then holds 2 victories, and then lost to the number 1 team twice. Those are his 4 losses?
Yep.
All right, and his wins are over the Commies, the Giants, and who else?
Legacy,
So number 15,
TRC,
TRC at the time, which was top 8.
the Bills,
Lundo, he doesn't matter.
the Cowboys,
Doesn't matter.
and the Commanders.
And the Commies. All right, so I mean, based on that, just based on who they've had to play, I actually kind of want to make a case for him to be that he holds the over all of them.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just
His
based
only-
on who
his-
he's played,
A majority of his losses are above him.
right? 3 of his 4 losses are above him, and his other loss was to Echo at the beginning of the season. So then you get into Slick loss to the Giants. The Giants split with the Commies. The Giants have a bad loss to the Eagles, which is 18, right? So that's as far back as it goes. Slick's other loss was to the Chiefs. And who else? Who else did you lose to, Slick? Oh, a fair sim loss, right? To number
Yeah.
10. So number 11, number 10, and then 6 through 8 somewhere. So those are all pretty strong losses. The Commies lost to the Eagles, lost to the Giants, and then they lost to somebody else too.
The Bucks.
Lost to the Bucks, who were ahead of them. So I really think all three of those guys can go in any which order. In which case, the Giants have the least amount of wins. I think they can go there. And then it comes down to Chargers or Commanders. So the Commanders lost
I'll
to
let the
number
special
5.
guest decide.
I'm just
You don't
looking at
wanna
it
know
right. Like
my
I'm
answer.
perfectly fine based on the fact that I have one less win, even though I hold the head-to-head over Slick. But now I lose the tiebreaker with the Commies because I lost to the Eagles. So I'm okay being at 8, right? That doesn't mean that's perfectly fine by me. But how do you decipher between Slick's 3 losses, a Fairson loss to 10, a loss to 11, and a loss to 8, and then Commies who lost to 18, lost to 5, and lost to 8. So maybe Slick 6 because the losses are better.
Damn, I might have to ask Siri to flip a coin on this one.
Let's ask Vizzy.
Hey, just give it a day, and the Chargers' resume might look better with a W over number 2.
Yeah, because my fucking team is crippled. It's the only fucking way anybody can beat me now.
Their head coach is crippled too. So
Hey.
Vizzy, you got any insight on that?
This
Or
is a
do you want to
HIPAA
switch?
violation.
I'm not trying to be biased, and I could see that being a coin flip from 6 to 8. So I'd love to get some special guest opinion.
To be honest, I feel like 6 is a good one. I agree with it being a coin flip, but a lot of good points were made. So 6 is definitely a right fitting for him.
okay. All right. And like I said, I'm okay being on the bottom. I don't want to do that much work. So, what? Yeah,
Classic.
No? You like that? Okay. All right. So, So I think we're pretty much settled up here. Other than orange, white, and brown, no orange, no white, no brown. Can I get a color scheme this week from my special guests?
Be a little purple. I miss my Ravens.
Want to go purple? Do you have a
Yeah,
secondary
yeah.
color for me, Vizzy, to go with the purple?
Red always.
Purple and red. Okay, this could be a little interesting. So I already have the background as red. Let's see what we can do with the background here. As I'm kind of fixing this up, this is kind of when I open it up to kind of a free forum. To the to Slick or anybody else. Lynch, if I gave you 2 minutes just to talk about anything you wanted to while you've got the attention of PML, what would you do with those 2 minutes, my friend?
Oh, dude, I would complain about EA for the entire 2 minutes because
Okay,
just
so
like
then we're
last
not
season,
going
they
to
want
talk
to
about
injure my
you.
top player.
So we're gonna cut you off then, and I'm gonna let you think about that again. We're gonna move to Vizzy. As if we want to listen to you complain about EA, we can stream into any of your games, and we can hear you screaming at the top of your lungs. Vizzy, you said you're in the middle of a game. Is that correct? Right now, you're playing a game.
Yes, sir.
Who are you playing?
I'm playing the Jets in this FFL league, and I just got a pick, so it's 28 up.
28 up. Who's the owner of the Jets in the Trader League? I mean the FFL League.
Not a damn clue.
It sounds about right. Cool. So anything you want to talk? Anything special going on? Anything in your life? Anything fun, exciting in Vegas these days, or what's up, man?
So nothing really fun, exciting in Vegas, but let's get into a little. I know it's completely outside of the realms of football, but have you guys seen the trades, especially the one that went down last night? You got Jimmy Buckets is now playing for the Warriors with Steph.
We did see that. I know I saw that one. I'm still not sure who's going to play defense on that team because Wiggins was definitely their best defender. But Buckets will bring some intensity at least, right? And
It's going to be an interesting one for sure.
I give it what 4 to 6 weeks before him and Draymond are fucking throwing blows in the back, or what, dude?
Probably
give it
so.
less time.
Honestly, yeah. I would give him less time, but to be honest with you, I think if they get whatever figured out for this, because after All Star, teams just kind of lock in for that playoff run and shit like that. It can be a dangerous little team out the West, but then again, Luca and LeBron,
Well, that
it's
was
gonna be
that was a
interesting.
trade they made yesterday, right? So if I remember right, so they turn around. I was a little disappointed to see them trade Connect, as I think Connect was actually a really good fit for LeBron, right? Like just the way his game fits and doesn't need the ball, but can also create his own scoring on the second team. But what the big dude was his name Washington? Was his name Washington? Was
Mhm.
that who they traded for? I mean,
The
that guy's
Hornets, or
yeah, from the Hornets, right? He's got some length, and I know they desperately needed some length. I know there was rumors of the Knicks potentially shopping out Mitchell because he hasn't played all year, but I think the Knicks are going to need Mitchell. Anything else going to happen, right? So I mean, of course, the
Uh,
Luka trade,
am
but
I? Hold on, I like Jimmy Butler, I do, and I liked him on the Heat. I liked him on the Wolves. I don't know why. I'm slightly surprised how much the Warriors gave up for him, and I'm slightly surprised um, that he really did get a bag. Like I don't know which one I'm more shocked at.
100%.
I thought, like I said, I like him. He's solid. He's great. He's going to help the team, but I can't believe both of those things happened. How much asset they gave up for him and how much money they gave him.
I don't really
Yeah,
think he's gonna help the team. I think he's helping himself. Like he's getting that bag. His personality is just through the shitter. Like him and Draymond, they're gonna be like blood brothers at the end of the day.
What do you think, Vizzy?
to be honest with you, I personally think they're going to be something not to be fucked with.
It's like the
But
bad boy Pistons.
yeah, but at the same time, like Lynch was saying, with Draymond's fucking attitude and shit like that, like they're gonna be locked in because they're the mentality of the same fucking person. Um, what's crazy is I also read too, because I don't know if you knew about this, but in order for that Luca deal to go through, the Jazz president wasn't informed about it until like 30 minutes beforehand, because that was like a essential part what they needed to make that trade go through. And he was like, if I would have known beforehand that they were getting Luca, he would have never gave up his seconds, which essentially made that deal even possible.
interesting.
I
Oh
thought
yeah,
the
'cause
deal
that
was
boy.
agreed upon, and then the other teams got into play for like the garbage players.
Nah, apparently the the Jazz were already locked in, and they had no idea that the Lakers were getting Luca and a part of that three-way deal,
It was
because
like a
Luca
5-2.
was a yeah, Luca was the last addition. Like the whole Mavs giving up Luca, that was a late addition. That wasn't anything discussed. Like the Lakers didn't ask for Luca, none of that. They gave up Luca because they didn't want to pay him the supermax. Um,
Which is still
so
crazy
they
to me,
just,
by the way.
well, hell yeah, I would rather pay a supermax for a 25-year-old than fucking take on AD, and he's older and injury prone. So it made no sense on the part of the Mavs, but
We're all just waiting for the sell the team chance at their home opener next game.
oh yeah, Mark. What's crazy is Mark Cuban was fucking livid. He was like, "How the fuck do you?" He was like, "I would never sold a team if I would have known they would have been operated this bad."
Yeah.
Well, because at his core, he's a fan first and foremost, and that's actually what made him a pretty decent owner. So, well, all right. Well, so unfortunately, Lynch had nothing to do but complain. I appreciate you bringing some NBA content to our league here. Slick Butter, it's kind of reached that point now where we kind of get into the normal, where we dive into some thoughts. I've kind of given my thoughts throughout the piece of it, so I got nothing further to add. Slick, what you got, man? We got basically 2 weeks before the playoffs.
I guess I'll take my time to say, welcome to the new Texans. His name is Pluto. He's into the Discord today, and he, I believe, is on the council as well. Seems like a great dude. He's been on the wait list for a while, so super excited for him to finally get into PML. See if he shakes himself up. Maybe he tanks the rest of the season to get a better pick. Who knows? But new Texans owner, very surprising. I was caught off guard by that for sure.
I believe we all were, but Echo did kind of throughout the season was saying like, hey, I'm a little busy. I can only do things at this time and this time. So it was expected, very much respected, because he's definitely been communicative about it. But yeah, it sucks to see him go because he's definitely somebody that's been in for a while too.
You took the easy road out to not give me my jersey. Still waiting for that shit. It's been like
You're
5
still
years.
waiting on your
Hey.
jersey.
Yeah, 5, 6 years, something like that. Like my first Super Bowl win. Like for all the new guys to hear the backstory, he said he was gonna do a giveaway for who won the Super Bowl. One of the Maddens like 18 or 19. It was me. Yo Soy won, and he's yet to pay. And anytime he talks shit, it's just pay me, motherfucker. Fucking pay me. He has yet to pay, and now he's taking the easy road.
Sad to hear.
riddance. Nah, we
Sad
love
to
you.
hear, fellas. Well, listen, we have reached the 45-minute mark. I want to say thank you so much to Mr. Lynch. Thank you so much to Senor Vizzy. And once again, this is Vegas. I appreciate all you do. And my man, Slick Butter, always a pleasure.
Thanks,
Until
y'all.
next time, fellas, we'll see you guys next week. We're out.